Esteemed colleagues, we continue the working day, and I invite volunteers who are going to talk about volunteer assistance to the servicemen dislocated within the ATO zone, and what the local organizations are engaged in. I invite coordinator of Samooborona Maidanu, Maidan Self-Defense, Roman Oryshchenko, and volunteers of Maidan Self-Defense.
Glory to Ukraine. Basically, the first year since Maidan did away with Yanukovych's regime, and Yanukovych ran away, passed. And a year ago, Russia attacked Ukraine without declaring a war, started invading Ukraine, violating all the agreements, and started aggression on the territory of Ukraine. Since then, the self-defense of Maidan has been actively involved into defense of our country. We started forming new voluntary battalions as territorial battalions and special units of the armed forces. The volunteers were talking about the new troops which are ready to defend Ukraine. And in March, the National Guard of Ukraine was created, but at the same time there was a necessity to supply them with all needed. They were created from the scratch, and because the army was almost eliminated, there was no support, no supplies, and that is why all these troops had to be supplied with everything needed, and they were going to the east. They were opposing Russian aggression, and they stopped near Slavyansk Russian aggressors. And since then, self-defense, both in Kiev and in different regions and regional centers, was collecting the humanitarian assistance and was bringing it to the east. Now I would like to give the floor to our active volunteers, the volunteers of the Women's 100 of Samooborona of Maidan, self-defense of Maidan, and they will tell what they have been doing all this time and how they have been providing assistance to our heroes at the front line. Good afternoon, Koroliova Svitlana, commander of the Women's 100 of Self-Defense of Chernigov. We got organized in the beginning of the military campaign. We will soon be 1 year old. We officially registered our organization only in the end of 2014. First, we worked individually, and then most active got together, and that's how we formed the Women's 100. We are helping everyone, because Chernigov region gave most people to all battalions plus volunteer battalions. If we start enumerating, this will be a lot, starting from those who were going from Chernigov, 13th Battalion Chernigov, plus 25th, 80th, the 1st tank, everywhere where we have people from Chernigov. And now we have many, many, many children. Talking about coordination of the work of volunteers, we get coordinated with volunteer groups from regions, regional and municipal. We're trying to share information, to share what we can, and we bring assistance ourselves. We transport by our vehicles. If that's too urgent, then we send it by Nova Poshta. And talking about big things, we have produced 2 drones, one quadricopter, 2 artificial breathing devices, and then whenever there is a big project being organized or developed, we join this work. We help purchase what's needed. And another big project will be either a restoration or purchase of the infantry, armored infantry carrier. Oksana Ruban, coordinator of the volunteer Women's 100. Our center was formed in March. All women were there. Our main tasks are to help all Ukrainian soldiers. We have never been differentiating whether these are servicemen from Chernigov or other regions. We help guys from all the units, military units, volunteers units. We have not been prioritizing our work on assisting only those who are from Chernigov. Those who need, we help them. Our center, in autumn, basically, we had 5 main directions of work. It looks easy to get money on to the account. As many volunteers do, we get money and then we spend money. We disagree with that. We started our activities in volunteer center from this simple thing. We were making the special mats. When a pensioner would bring 20 hryvnias, we decided that we want to change the situation, and this we need to buy this mat for the money of this elderly lady. We started buying material, starting cutting the material, and we were saving money, a lot of money. Then, thanks to our men from Chernigov, they gave us the sewing machines, and we organized the sewing department from volunteers. But even to buy the pants like that, these are wonderful pants. Why should we buy them for big money if we can make that ourselves? We started making balaclavas, the hats. We spent the money of volunteers just to buy the tissue and threads. These are winter type balaclavas, but again we have this two-sided balaclava. This one costs basically 40 hryvnias. And 20 hryvnia if it's one-sided. When there was a big problem with armored vests, we were buying the armored vests, but then the armored vest would cost 4,500. We started making them ourselves, and our armored vest, when the price was 4,500 or 5,000, ours was 3,000 maximum. Again, we were saving the money of volunteers. Now we are making the whole uniforms. Also, we have a creative shop. And we have different things. People would bring some linen. We would just make all these things. Basically, we were not spending any money for making most of the things, but just the electricity. Then we have this creative shop, which is headed by Ira Satya. That's a person who lives in this war, and she's in this creative work all the time. This patriotic bag, there are many of them that we make. We make more than 300 or 400 or 500 of them. This is painted by a special, that's manually made, handmade, sorry. And it's just painted by hand. The foreigners are very much interested in such patriotic bags. We were selling them in Canada, in America. Our Ukrainian communities in England, Italy ordered, Germany, French are buying them. What's happening again? I'm trying to save the money of volunteers. This bag, if you calculate it, it would cost 40 hryvnias. The paint is more expensive than the tissue. The girls are making, the artists come, or girls who know how to paint. Every bag is individual, but there are some with Petrikivka designs, and such bag costs us 40 hryvnias. But when we sell it abroad, we get starting from $10, $15, $20. Our partners, for this money, directly buy the silex, different things, and they send them to us. And the silex basically costs us $6. Quick lots, $2. Quick lot costs us $2. It is so important to save money this way, and that's what we have. We have also Zulfiya Salk. These are also made by our girls. That's a gun bag. That's with leather. That Chernigov battalion has been using it for a year already. We didn't have, that's one of the samples.
Also, we made different bags for grenades, for mines. This is also our product. This is a bag for first aid kits, and we buy all the insides. This is bandage, this is Salax sent from Israel. So it started from our bags, and this very first aid kit helps us saving, because in our country you should pay over $100 for this first aid kit, and for us it costs maybe $40, but we do not sell it, we have it for our soldiers. So you see that we have it cheaper. Also we have Zulfiya Salka. This is a patriotic woman who joined us. We met by chance, and we joined together our efforts. She's engaged in patriotic upbringing of children in Facebook. There is a group called Small Patriot with a Big Heart. She created this very group. So Ms. Zulia agrees with secondary schools. She carries out master classes for small kids. They are making these dolls made of fabric, also knit socks, and we place them into first aid kits along with notes for our guys, for our servicemen. Here we may see the this very doll made by older children. Zulfiya carries master classes in evening schools, in secondary schools. Children like this. And these dolls are sent to our servicemen. When we go there to the front line, to the ATO zone, we see that the soldiers, that the servicemen are happy to receive this present. They are happy as children. Sometimes they give names to those dolls. That is really funny, that is good, and it brings them joy during difficult days and difficult fights. Well, I have plenty more information. Also, we have Kitchen 100, Cuisine 100. The ATO zone knows about our famous Ukrainian soups, borscht. Volunteers, families are working for free. That is Irina Trotsenko, Vitaly, her husband. So they are engaged in the activities of Cuisine 100, and their son is fighting in the ATO zone. So as we may see, the whole family is engaged. We cook borscht, Ukrainian soup. I would like to express my gratitude to the citizens of Chernigov, because they are very positive people with huge heart, who come with an unending flow to our center in order to peel vegetables, to cook vegetables, or maybe to dry them. And sometimes we lack place for those willing to help. You may imagine in what difficult situation we are in so far. The people from regions are bringing vegetables. That's not a problem for them. And we process them, we dry them, and send to our guys in the form of borscht. Also, we produce the vitamin kits. Those are honey nuts, so different berries smashed with sugar. Also, we ask dried fruits, nuts. We understand the vitamins are important for our soldiers, for our heroes. Also, we dry pumpkins. We make this pumpkin dishes. We form special sets with rice, with buckwheat, so on and so forth. Our servicemen like it, and we try to vary the cuisine of our servicemen for the dishes to be like homemade. Our girls also prepare, also cook cakes, pies, maybe some chopped meat, cutlets, maybe some garlic salads, everything that can make soldiers to feel at home. And one of the main departments is the medical department. Ira Timofeeva and Katya Dorukhina are responsible for this department. Irina is the mother of Chernigov Hospital and maybe the sister of all the hospitals located within the near frontline zone. Irina lives there. She knows every wounded serviceman. She nurses them. She arranges clothes, boots for them. She arranges MRI examinations for them. So she feels herself to be responsible for every soldier, for every serviceman, even speaking about operations beyond the hospital, some prosthetic appliances, and so on and so forth. So we do not leave a single soldier, a single serviceman without attention, face to face with grief. And Katerina Dorokhina is a person engaged in tactical medicine, in arranging kits, in tactical medicine trainings. Now we have 4 girls trained, and they are carrying out training so far, cooperating with frontline doctors. So to be brief, I provided you with the information. Thank you so much, esteemed colleagues. Maybe I have a question to Oksana. How many girls, volunteers, are working within the self-defense of Maidan? There are 5 leaders who are responsible for the departments. If to speak about sewing 100, we have 20 people. In knitting 100, we have 60 people. They need kikimora sets, disguise sets. If to speak about cuisine or kitchen 100, I may not count because we have this huge flow of people. We go with Svitlana to the ATO zone, but in our 100 we have a men's department. They do not tell people that they belong to the women's 100, but without them we may not do because they are rendering our great assistance. I believe that there are more than 100 people. Are there some key sponsors who are supporting you financially or with products, or we are just speaking about Chernigov citizens who bring vegetables or fabrics? Well, no doubt. If to speak about permanent sponsor, that is Chamber of Trade and Commerce, that is a powerful brigade. They do not support us financially. Well, they provide us with some money, but still they participate in all the projects and they provide us with premises if we need this. They carried out auctions, they organized them and provided us with the money for our first 2 planes we bought. I believe they are brothers and sisters. That is Chernigov Chamber for Trade and Commerce. And there is a range of businessmen who constantly, you know, as a salary day, they bring us some money, they transfer some money to the card, they ask maybe we need something, they buy cigarettes, maybe some winter boots, fabrics, everything we need. So far, Chernigov business, thank you so much, you are good guys. What current needs do you have? What are guys and you need? Well, you all know what our servicemen need, but we need time, you know. I may not tell you that we ask for something. I believe we shall have 48 hours in one day and to see our children more frequently. And we are coping. So you lack people, hands, now we lack time. You know, the night comes too swiftly, too abruptly. You know, we have just started and the night comes. Are you in the social networks? Maybe find your pages for people to find you, to get to know about urgent needs, maybe your contacts, your emails. We have a group in Facebook that is in Russian. We are Russian speaking. That is Women's 100.che. Che means Chernigov, you know, so city che, serviceman che, so it means Chernigov, or small patriots with huge hearts. We are there. Chernigov Horkoho 59, that is Center for Helping ATO Servicemen. One more question. You showed these beautiful ecological bags. Where can we purchase them? Maybe someone watched our translation today, would like to purchase this bag and help servicemen. Well, in this very group, Small Patriots with Big Hearts, we have those bags, but we do not arrange auctions. We have no time for that. You may come to Horkoho 59th Street in Chernigov. Pravый sector always orders some bags of red and black color. Girls ask for flowers. You may choose the design. We have started with this words about Putin, and then we developed. Dear colleagues, esteemed colleagues, do we have any questions to our colleagues? Yes, you may order a bag via internet, so you may look through the photos and order. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. You are very positive, you are good, and thank